Welcome to the Worst of the Riot podcast. Coming up, what is the appropriate revenge for a bad haircut?
Also, how to make friends as an adult, and more on the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot, Radio U.
Did you know yesterday was Red Tuesday? Red Tuesday. It is a big day for breakups, the Tuesday before Valentine's Day.
Seems like a tough time to be broken up with. But also it adds up a little bit.
Yeah. Apparently, according to a new survey, 45% of people agree it's better to do a breakup right before Valentine's Day than, I guess, shortly thereafter. Which makes sense. If you're the person that's intending to do the breakup, of course you would want to do it before Valentine's Day. I guess if you're the person that's planning on spending money on Valentine's Day, if you're on the flip side and you're like, ooh, I'll get a bunch of gifts, one last meal, and then after Valentine's Day, then I'll pull the plug, I guess. I could see both sides of it. Pizza Hut. The reason I say all this is because Pizza Hut is trying to make it easier to pull the plug on a relationship. Starting yesterday and through Valentine's Day, they are offering goodbye pies. It's their new, I don't know if you know they have this, their new hot honey pizza. Sounds intriguing. And it comes in a special box where Pizza Hut, it's got like a broken heart pizza on the front of the box. It says goodbye pie. And then Pizza Hut, one of the workers will write whatever your customized message you want to send to the person you're breaking up with. They'll write it on the box and then you can deliver it to them. Again, maybe Pizza Hut will deliver it for you so you don't have to do it face to face. Feels like a coward's way out.
I love this.
Yeah. But I'm thinking if you're going to get broken up with anyways, you might as well get a pizza out of the deal.
I just want to work at Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what people are going to ask me to write.
Yeah.
I want to talk to people who work at Pizza Hut and say, what in the heck are you writing in these pizzas?
Yeah.
Because that sounds hilarious. The wild things that people would have you write. The reasons that you're being broken up with.
Yeah.
That are being wrote in a pizza box is crazy.
Yeah. They have to, I mean, that's going to be perfect for Instagram, for TikTok. It'll be great to see the messages that are going out on these Pizza Hut boxes. Plus, I also like to imagine the Pizza Hut delivery driver taking this to somebody and having to be basically being like a courier, like who serves the court papers.
Like the Grim Reaper, pretty much.
Yeah, right. Hey, are you Amelia? This pizza's for you. And oh my gosh. Having the look on these people's faces, it's heartbreaking.
And what kind of person is like, I think I'm going to break up with her, but I did see that commercial from Pizza Hut talking about the goodbye pies. I think that's how I'm going to do it.
Yeah. How many people were on the edge about breaking up anyways, and then they see this, and they're like, that seals it. It's over.
You got to think, if you receive one of these, then your significant other was just the worst person ever.
The person who's breaking up with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they send you a goodbye pie to break up with you, I think you're all right. I think you're going to be okay leaving this relationship.
It might hurt in the moment, but you're going to recover. You're going to be better off than they were. You send the goodbye bye before or after the goodbye text?
Oh, you don't send any text. You just send the goodbye
pizza
bye.
Only. Pizza box only.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
A Russian man who was visiting Thailand during his trip wanted to get his hair cut, walked into a barber shop, tried to describe the haircut that he wanted, but his English wasn't very good, apparently. So there's a little bit of a language barrier there. He gets his haircut. You can probably see where this is going. Didn't like it. And so after he gets this botched haircut, he starts slamming his fists on the table, swearing at the barber. He picks up the shavers and shaves part of the barber's head as revenge.
That's not good.
Obviously, doing it in that way, not appropriate. But could it be said an eye for an eye when it comes to haircuts? Should you be able to cut your barber's hair if he or she messes up your hair?
Not in this way.
Yeah. Not in a fit of rage.
Not in a fit of rage, as he attacked him pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That would be considered assault.
Yeah.
But I think that there could be a way that if both parties agree, maybe that's a part of your barber service.
It could be, it could be a little gimmick. It wouldn't be like every barber does this, but that could be your thing. We're the only barber in town that lets you cut our hair if we mess up.
Yeah, I think if you did something ridiculous, if you really mess up their haircut, they could. Then that's warranted.
If this actually did become the norm, where to be a barber you have to be prepared to get your hair cut, I guess eventually all barbers would just be people who are naturally bald.
Or just keep your hair low.
Yeah, just always have it buzzed, which we've agreed, and not for everybody, the buzzed haircut.
The buzzed haircut is not for everybody.
It's not for everyone. I would like instituting this as a policy at some certain barbers, but it'd be hard to quantify too. How upset, how do you really truly judge? There'd have to be some kind of independent mediator.
I've left haircuts very upset before.
Yeah.
Where other people would think, why are you upset? Your hair looks almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because they cut just a little bit too much off, or did something just a little bit the way I didn't want them to, and then all of a sudden I'm just upset.
And you probably left upset, and you probably didn't even, not only did you not cut the person's hair in revenge, you probably didn't say a thing.
I tipped the guy still.
Yeah.
I gave him extra money for a haircut that I didn't ask for.
Yeah, even if this was the policy, at least for me, nothing would change.
When you spin around and they say, you like it? You would say, you know what? I hate it, and I want to cut your hair.
Yeah.
No, even when they do a terrible job, you still say, I love it.
Yeah. Looks good.
Looks great.
The barber could shave half of my head and leave the other half, and I'd be like, thumbs up.
Exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know what? That does look just like the picture I showed you.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like it.
Nobody does it better. The Riot Radio U.
Isaiah, you drive a truck. Have you done this? Have you gotten in on the truck slushy deal?
I've seen this on TikTok.
Yeah.
I have not done this. I don't really get it.
The idea is, if you haven't seen this, the truck slushies, you go ahead into the gas station, you fill up the biggest cup of slushy they've got, and then you run outside and chuck it at your truck's windshield. It's supposed to prove something.
It's supposed to prove what?
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's explanations that people have tried to make some sense of the truck slushy trend, but I think it is one of those things that there's no explanation for it. It's just, dudes being dudes, guys being guys.
Well, I've seen women do this.
Women being women.
That's the only video I've seen of it, actually. Was a lady doing
truck
this.
Truck owners being truck owners. I've got one here. This guy even putting, supposedly, which a big mistake, putting the slushy in his gas tank. But some gas stations, apparently this has happened frequently enough, where they're putting up signs asking people not to do it because the truck owners are chucking the cups of slushies at their truck and then just leaving everything all a mess and leaving it to the gas station to clean up. I don't understand it.
The sign says, please do not throw slushies in the fuel area. We are tired of cleaning it up. Thanks, management.
Yeah.
And this puts me into a bigger question of, if you make a mess somewhere.
Yeah.
That's not your own home. Mm-hmm. It's a business. Are you expected to clean it up? If I dropped a slushie in a gas station, should I be the one to clean that up? If I make a mess at Kroger, should I be the one to clean that up? Or should I leave it?
I think there's two different, it depends. The funny thing is about this truck slushy scenario is that this is what you would call, is it a paradox? Where if you intentionally make the mess, then you should be expected to clean it up. But the person intentionally making a mess is the least likely person to clean it up in this situation. The truck slushy guys, there's no chance that they're going to clean this up, no matter what signs the gas station posts, because they're just being goofy. But if you're in Kroger and you drop a jar of pasta sauce, you're gonna.
Are you gonna clean it up?
As a decent person, you're gonna be like, "I'll help," and the employee's gonna be like, "No." And the employee probably, you know why? They probably have to tell you no, because it could be like a liability thing. Like if you drop a thing of pasta sauce and then you cut yourself trying to clean it up because it's a glass jar in Kroger, then you could sue them, perhaps, for some reason.
See, but on the other side of it, as I've worked in some businesses, when some people make messes, they don't clean them up. I've had to clean up a wide array of things at the toy store. And nothing makes me more upset than when someone makes a mess and they don't offer to clean it up.
Yeah.
I hate that.
You have to go through the charade. It's like when somebody offers to pay, I'll get this one at dinner, and you have to go, "Oh, no, I can help." And then they say no, and
guess what happens at the toy store if you ask me?
Everybody knows how it ends.
If you're at the toy store and your kid makes a mess and you say, "Oh, I can clean it up," I'd say, "Here are the paper towels." You think I'm going to clean that up? Your kid's mess? No. Your kid's been annoying me the whole time he's been in there.
I think it also depends, too, if it's, again, on the scenario. Kroger, you drop a jar of something and it breaks. That was something they were selling. You offer, but they're not going to let you. If it's at your toy store and the kid spills a sippy cup of milk somehow that they brought in, then I think they should clean it up.
What about this, though? If you spill the cup, or if you spill something, you break the pasta at Kroger, you pay for that.
Yet again, I think you have to go through the charade. I can pay for this, and they'll say, no, don't worry about it.
Because at the toy store,
I think that's what happens.
People break things.
Yeah.
They're children, shockingly breaking things. And then when you don't offer to pay for it, I'm like, you're out of your mind. First, you're not going to clean it up.
Yeah.
Second, you're not going to offer to pay for it.
Yeah.
You're wild. May I escort you out?
You break it, you buy it. I can't tell you how many times my mom said that to me.
My mom just said, don't touch anything.
Yeah.
No touchy touch.
I was petrified of touching anything. Because I break it, I buy it. Even though that never actually happened.
If podcast awards were ever a thing, this show wouldn't win any. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You think this is true? It's hard to make friends as an adult.
It does get harder as you get older.
Definitely harder. I think once you finish college, if you go to college, following college from that point on, it gets much more difficult to make friends. Some people even struggle to make friends in college or in high school even. And I think these tips, I've got some tips here from a friendship expert. Didn't know that was a thing. That works for Bumble, though, because Bumble has the Bumble for Friends feature. This is Danielle Bayard-Jackson. 5 tips for how to make friends as you get older. When you're a kid, it's so easy. You're just like, hey, you want to ride bikes together? When you're a grown-up, what do? Number 1, socialize your interests. She says, particularly post-pandemic, we're spending less time doing stuff with friends and more time alone. So if you take your interests that you've been doing by yourself and find people to do them with, find clubs or different let's say you're into cooking, find a cooking class or something like that where you're with other people that also like cooking or painting or working out, or ask other people. Maybe you don't know. Maybe some people that you're kind of friends with are actually interested in that kind of stuff, and they'll do it with you.
Good answers.
She also says, leverage technology. Of course, the Bumble expert would say this. She says it can be intimidating, put yourself out there, but using an app like Bumble for Friends connects you with people nearby that have similar interests and goals, which is true. It can be a little nerve-wracking to ask somebody at work, for example, because you don't know. Maybe they're not looking for friends. Maybe not in the market for friends right now. But if you go on an app, then at least just like with dating, you know these people, they're single, they're looking for somebody. These people on the Bumble for Friends, for example, you know they're in the market for friends. They're looking just like you are. That's an idea. Become a regular. Making friends isn't it easy when we were younger, especially as we are in less spaces like school where we're among our peers every day. So commit to being in a space once a week to be among the same people to create more familiar connections. So that's obviously work is the top one, but anywhere else where you can just show up and be a regular, people just by default, because you're around them all the time, will become your friends.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Go to a dog park at your apartment complex. I once moved away. I once lost something. All my friends. I once moved away to where I had no friends, and the way I made friends was I had my dog Jim, who usually is a pain in my side, but in this instance, taking him to my apartment dog complex every day, the dog park I had there, I made friends via my dog Jim, taking him to the dog park because he is an extroverted pup. I ended up making friends, taking him there every day at the same time, and you'll see the same people there every day.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're looking for friends too. Or my other tip, just start dating an extrovert. Let them do the work for you.
Well, that's kind of what it says. Befriend super connectors. Find people that have a lot of friends, and then now the danger with making friends through dating is that if you guys break up, then do you lose connection with all those friends you made?
You do.
They can make things real awkward.
And that's when you get a dog again.
Yeah.
When you find yourself with 7 cats.
The last tip, and this is tough, but this is a great tip. This is something not many people do. That's talk to strangers. I think about me. No, you'd be surprised.
Strangers.
No, you'd be surprised. Here's a great example. Going to a concert. If you go alone, you can easily go alone and not chat with anybody, enjoy the concert, but you're not making connections. But you're already if you're at a concert, you're at all of these other people at the concert too. They're there because they like something similar to what you like. Strike up a conversation. Say you like somebody's shirt. Whatever. Just start talking to people. You'd be surprised.
You are so full of crap.
That's good advice.
You would never do this. This is wild. I'm not going to sit here and act
I'm not looking for friends.
I'm not going to sit here and act like this is an easy thing to do when someone who doesn't have any friends right now is like, how do these people just go out there and just talk to strangers?
Okay.
We don't. It's impossible. It's
you
hard.
can talk to strangers, say hi to people, and this is even better if you're an extrovert or an introvert. Don't be afraid when people say hi to you. Be prepared to engage in conversation.
Best. When they started with you, Todd says a stranger's a friend you haven't met yet.
That's right.
There you go.
There it is.
You heard it there first. Wait till when they say hi to you. Be ready.
Expect that people will say hi to you.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.